Hello Twin Flames, this is Victoria and I'm here with your daily energy check. Welcome to my channel. Whether you're new or you're coming back, I'm so glad to have you here. And today we do one of our special edition reads where I'm gonna be looking at what is happening with regards to the Chiron retrograde. So sometimes I do the reads with like special intention or special topics. A lot of it has to do with astrology, often with lunation events, or maybe some other important events that are happening. Just wanted to pay your attention because they're impacting us as a global community. So even though this is a twin flame read, you can be sure that whatever topics we're discussing, whatever is happening, is impacting everyone. But of course, because twin flames are so powerful and a lot of us are more tuned in into this energies, it's impacting us even more. Or because twin flames or anyone who is on the spiritual path, it will be impacting more. Let's put it that way. Whether it's conscious or subconscious, you don't have to know about it, it's still going to be impacting you, right? So we might as well bring in some more knowledge and awareness and see how we can maybe get it to work for our benefit, right? Make the most out of these energies. The same as with your natal chart, right? Because when you figure out what your placements are and you see it from different perspectives of what the, some of the positions and energies will be more, how do we call it? More of accelerators, or they will be making things easier for you in certain areas of life, our activities, right? And other placements will be more about where there's some struggles or what you're supposed to learn in this lifetime. But either way, when you have that knowledge of the both of those aspects, it makes so much more sense of how your life has been building up and how you can make the most of it going forward. So today, back to the reading. I'll try not to make it too long. I will still do the usual format in terms of energies for Divine Feminine Collective, Divine Masculine, and the connection. But since Chiron is going retrograde today and will stay there pretty much until Christmas, I think the retrograde ends on December 23rd, 2022. So it's quite a while. It's like good 6 months, right? That we will have and the drum roll, please. For those who don't know what Chiron is an asteroid, and its position in the natal chart is telling you, if we speak about your individual chart, of course, is showing what kind of wounds and traumas you're dealing with in this lifetime, what kind of, let's say, secrets to healing those, to where the power lies, what are you uncovering in this lifetime. And of course, the other side of the coin, or the other side of the story, is once you've healed it, you figured it out, you understand how it works from the inside out, you can help other people with those kind of issues. And it can be anything. It can be physical traumas, it can be emotional traumas, different aspects of life. That's why it's good to have your natal chart and to be able to see those positions, including the planet and the sign and the house where Chiron is positioned. But what Chiron is calling us to do is giving us the opportunity to do during this retrograde time is drawing our attention to our triggers, to our pain, to our weaknesses, right? With twin flame connection, we don't even have to go too far for that, right? We're getting triggered during our interaction with our twin flame anyway, and of course in karmic situations as well, but that's a little bit more like peculiar, a little bit more specific. Usually karmic ties, karmic partnerships, situations, they're there to fulfill a specific contract with regards to one certain thing. It may or may not coincide with what your Chiron is, and the big T trauma and the big kind of healing experience. It might be something on a smaller scale, it can be part of that bigger piece, right? It all depends. But once Chiron is in retrograde, if you remember, when the energy of the planet is going in retrograde, and internalizes. So this is about going within and seeing what kind of triggers come up for us. Where is it coming from? Where we have been finding shortcuts, or just picking the answer or the solution that will be most suitable to other people involved, and not considering how we feel in this situation, right? So this is getting out of our comfort zone of our coping mechanisms that have worked for us for a long time. Oftentimes it starts, I would say always, for a lot of them, it starts from childhood. And that makes those coping mechanisms even more subtle and less conscious. So you may not even know that you have them, that's how you deal with those specific triggers. But the Chiron retrograde will definitely give you extra opportunities and highlight certain points where you may be getting more triggers, or you will see them in different contexts. So the most important part is not to run away from those, is to be able to look deeper into it, right? It's like, when you have a physical ailment and you don't choose to ignore it or pretend that nothing is happening, right? You kind of pay attention to it, you work with it, whatever your approach is, but you're trying to heal, right? You're trying to cure it. And, maybe at first you look at the symptoms and you're like, okay, I have a headache, I'm gonna take, a painkiller, for example, right? But then after a while you see that the pain is not going away, it's a regular thing. So of course you wanna diagnose it, you wanna understand where it's coming from so you can work with the cause of the issue, right? Because you understand that, the headache may be just one of the symptoms, and if you neglect it, this kind of red flag, right? This kind of sign from your body that something is wrong, that may result into much more severe consequences for your health, for your body going forward. It's a similar way, and those kind of ailments, by the way, the diseases you have, anything that you've acquired in this life, you were born with, that you've inherited from your family, remember about generational karma, it all counts. So it definitely, Chiron includes physical traumatic experiences, but it's just the beginning, right? Because the biggest part of it is, of course, emotional trauma. It's about fear and pain. Okay, let's see what we have. I picked the Whispers of the Ocean for the Oracle today. Let's see what we have for Divine Feminine. And my question today is, what is the important theme to keep in mind for Divine Feminines during this time of Chiron retrograde? What is important to remember about, to kind of stay balanced, not to lose it, right? Not to have too much of swing of highs and lows, what is going to keep you get through this? What is going to get you through this Chiron retrograde successfully? Gliding through currents. Wow, I love this so much. And look, it's number 13, which is about transformation. With a different approach, you will glide through a situation with grace and ease. Going inward and bringing your understanding, perspective, or behavior into flow will help your dreams take flight. So this is taking a different perspective, different approach, right? If you see a coping mechanism pattern, look deeper into where it's coming from, or what you're trying to escape from, or to keep yourself safe from, and go deeper and see how you can deal with it in a healthier way. The psychologists like to call it in an ecological way. Right? Yeah, perfect, love it. What do we have for Divine Masculines? What should they keep in mind during this time to stay on track and to benefit from this Chiron retrograde? Single-mindedness. Choose your own path and what is best suited you. So don't get swayed away by public opinion, or what your friends are telling you, or even what your doctor's telling you. Honestly, that's what I'm getting as well. It's funny, but it's true. Oftentimes the doctors also are just dealing with specific data that they have, specific facts, and they may not know everything that goes on. So yeah, it's one of the examples, will not be relevant for everyone, of course, but it's just to It's just to show that even in those cases where, like, you know, we trust the doctors, a lot of us do, and we rely on them with those things, like we consider them the experts, they may not know everything. And when it comes to some emotional distress or patterns of behavior in your life, even more so, rely more on your intuition. And by the way, this is number 13, this is number 14. How about that? And I did shuffle, so that's definitely not a coincidence. So rely on your intuition, divine masculines. Okay, I've got my Grand Lux Tarot. Let's see what is this experience gonna be like for divine feminines. What is gonna be important to know about this Chiron in retrograde journey? What is gonna open up maybe? Wow, 10 of Wands. Absolutely. We'll pull a clarifier as well. What do we have for divine masculines? How is this Chiron retrograde gonna be beneficial for the masculines? What is it gonna help with? 5 of Wands. Wow, karmic stuff for both actually. Even 5 and 10 actually. There is a mirroring there as well to a certain degree. What do we have for the connection? Yeah, I want to look at that. So we spoke about individual stories, right? Like, how is it going to impact me? What can I learn from it? What do we see here for the twin flame connection as a separate entity? How is this going to be beneficial for this connection, for the journey between twin flames, for the dynamic? What is it going to help with? How is it going to help twins have progress in their connection with each other? 8 of Cups. Beautiful. Bottom of the Emperor. Yeah, so this is being more in control, more aware for like all of the participants right here in for all of the twin flames. The underlying energy is becoming more aware of your patterns, of your subconscious drives, right? Of why sometimes certain situations get you out of balance, those kind of things. And the more you are aware, the more you can be in control in a positive way, right? The Emperor card has a positive connotation in this case for sure, because the knowledge is power, right? That's like the, and look, in this card, it even like, he even has like this parchment. I don't know what it means, something in Latin, but to me, this is more of a, you know, leader with knowledge. That sort of image here in this deck. Let's clarify 10 of Wands for feminines. Yeah. Okay. Knight of Swords. Let's clarify 5 of Wands for masculines. Karmic battles here. Oops, 3 cards. 7 of Swords, Ace of Cups, and 6 of Cups. Ooh, I love that. Let's clarify 8 of Cups for the connection. That's too many. I'm gonna try again. Let's see. All these decks have different feel to them, so sometimes it's not, you know, it takes a minute to kind of manage to shuffle each of them right, you know, one after another. What do we have for 8 of Cups? Please clarify. 8 of Cups for the connection. All right. King of Pentacles in reverse. Bottom of the deck here, 7 of Wands. Wow. Another battle. And it's actually interesting because usually 7 of Wands it's about standing up for yourself, but because this is an after tarot, this is like, usually it's this guy standing on the heel with like his wand, and then the rest of the people with wands down here. And this is the after tarot where the guy actually jumps in. So it's defending by taking action, right? It's not defending anymore by avoiding things. It's about jumping right into it, right? That's how you heal the pattern, right? You need to look into it, look it in the face. Wow, it's cool. Okay, so for the feminines, we have 10 of Wands clarified by Knight of Swords. So this is like this noble battle of truth, but I get that in this case battle is a little bit more on the figurative side. So for feminines, it's quite clear that certain burdens are going to be lifted. Quite possibly certain physical ailments are going to be healed, they're going to be cured, or at least the impact is going to be lessened. So you will be able to recover from, like, if something has been bothering you for a long time, you will be able to recover. The important part is to, it's almost like an internal battle. That's interesting. That's what I'm getting here. Like within you, because you will be battling with your ego that will still want to protect you, that will want you to look the other way. And it's very important to to get into it and be willing to deal with it. It will take courage. It may take time, but it's definitely worth it, because that's how you will be able to deal with it. First of all, to deal with it, make things easier, happier for yourself. And like I said, the other side of it, you're becoming, once you've gone through the process, full process, right, where you study it, you understand it, you become an expert in it on different levels. And then you're able to help other people with these things. So it becomes your power on the other side. That's how Chiron works. For masculines, we have 5 of Wands, which is the karmic battle, and quite literal in this card. We have 6 of Cups, Ace of Cups, and 7 of Swords. So this is bringing the love into every situation, to be able to see what is authentic and what is artificial, what is just there for a show, or for social media, for a checkbox, like I don't know, I wanted a cool car since I was 5, I got a cool car. Doesn't bring me emotional fulfillment, but it looks cool, friends envy me, etc., etc., those kind of ideas, right? So it's like seeing in those karmic situations and activities and goals that DMs have set for themselves for the nearest future, seeing what is true and what is actually loving, what is beneficial, what is going to expand the energy, the consciousness, what is going to benefit DMs and people around them, and what is just for show, what is shallow, what is people pleasing, right? So seeing this difference between those, and picking your battles too. So it means sometimes knowing which battles to fight and which battle is not yours. So don't even waste your energy on it. That's what I'm getting here. And it matches that single-mindedness card that we had for DMs. For the connection energy, we have 8 of Cups clarified by King of Pentacles in reverse. So this is walking away, for the twins, walking away from the socially accepted idea of abundant life or happy life, or successful life. Yeah, let's call it successful. It's probably the most umbrella term in this case, because we're looking at the Pentacles. This is seeing beyond what kind of goals people usually set for themselves, to have an image of a successful human being in their society, whatever it means. And it will be a little bit different, of course, based on culture, I don't know, ethnicity, age, occupation, social status, income, right? It can have all of those, or it does have all those aspects that will impact it as well, what this image is like. But bottom line is the twins will be walking away from the parts of it that do not bring emotional fulfillment towards something. And here I love that in this deck, it's like in the Rider-Waite, the 8 of Cups is like the guy walking into the darkness for some reason. It like the light is designed in that way, or is painted that it's actually the guy is going from the light part, the lighter part, the lit up part, to the darkness. Here it's almost the other way around. There's this window, and this person is walking towards the sun towards the healing, towards joy, towards what is real and what is bringing happiness, right? The Sun is the happiest card in the deck. So this is conscious movement towards happiness. And part of this picture, the socially accepted picture of success, is actually going to be connected with the patterns that Chiron brings about, that the wounds, that the traumas bring about, right? Because if we felt like, I don't know, we were neglected as a child, right? Abandoned, it will be important for us to have a lot of friends around, to be part of certain important groups, possibly to get married as soon as possible and have children. So you have family, you have that definition of like, yeah, I have people who love me, right? Like creating that, you know, just as an example. But yeah, so this is also seeing like, do I want that expensive car? Why do I want it? Where is this coming from, right? Ask yourself, why is that particular you know, 3D experience, or possessing something, or getting a title, or whatever else, or even getting married, right? Because Pentacles is also King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, also a married couple. It's also about running a household. It's being an entrepreneur, right? It's a lot of these things, but the important part is this. It's this public success. That's important, 3D success. Certain markers of it, right? Why are those specific ones important to you? There is going to be revelation around that. To look into the cause of what the initial trauma was about, what the fear is about, and working with that fear, with that trauma. Okay, let's get messages between the twins before I leave you guys. So from DM to DF, we have words do hurt and sex. So I'm getting this, actually it doesn't have to do with the feminine, but something happened recently in divine masculine's life that have hurt them, that have made them think, you know, in their karmic lives. And they are processing those. It's not even so much that they are upset, you know, or angry. It's more about it got them thinking. It's food for thought. That's part of the Chiron process, right? Where it triggers something in us, something that immediately brings pain or anxiety, you know, fear. And then if we dig deeper, we understand better why that situation hurt us, why there was a trigger. So this is the start of the process for DMs right now. So again, if there's a bit more of a silence, just know that there is something happening inside of them, or, you know, in their karmic lives. Sex, yeah, so they have that passion for their DFs. It's there. There is a good chance I'm getting that they're following what you've been up to. They have their fantasies, they have their daydreaming. So take it how it resonates for your situation, how close and how intimate you are with your DM, what kind of fantasies they could be having. Some of them having dreams about you too in that way. For divine masculines from divine feminines, what do we have from DFs? Okay, also 2 cards. I'm open to compromise. And what do you want? So divine feminines are in that open space and the receptivity space where they're like, okay, I'm here, I'm ready to listen. Let me know where you are, how you want to do this, where you see us right now. You know, open to the conversation, open to listen, to receive, you know, and to move on from it. So like invite into the conversation. Okay, I hope this has been good for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I love you all, and I'll be back with more readings very, very soon. Bye, everyone.